Hi, this is a Minute of Overpass. My name is Eric and I make apps. Now this week I want to ask, do you need a mobile website or an app? Alright, let me start out this week by apologizing. I'm a few days late on this video. I try to get them done every Friday, but yeah, it's already Sunday night and I've been trying, it's been a hectic week with client work. I may have mentioned this before, like we do work for clients, but we do mostly our own app. Most of our income comes from our own apps, but occasionally we'll do work for clients, and it could be challenging, but it can also be very rewarding, and it's nice to be able to work on something where somebody else takes creative control and we just like, oh yeah, we could do that. And that's pretty cool. Now, and we meet with like a lot of clients. We get a lot of phone calls and stuff like that. I get a lot of phone calls, one of the things that quite a lot we get asked is, do I need to do this app or can I just do like a mobile website? And it's a really good question. I mean, when I go if I go to like Domino's or whatever and they say download our app, then I think, do I really need a Domino's app on my phone? Do I really need something taking that space on my phone where it's just Domino's? Now, to be honest with you, I do go to Domino's far too often, but like, let's say it's something else. Let's say it's like a hairdresser or whatever. So do they really need an app? I mean, am I going to download an app, something that, that I will hardly ever use? Probably not. That would probably better be a website. But there's some things that are really good for mobile, for an app. And usually when I talk to clients, when they say, why would I do an app instead of a website, I just hit the main ones. The biggest one for me is always offline storage. Just being able to log in once, having things there all the time, and having, if I try to save something through the app, depending on what kind of thing it is, that it's not going to just crash if there's no internet connection, right? It will store things locally and connect to a server, later if it needs to. But mainly it's the offline storage, and then you got the big ones like the GPS, the camera, the microphone, all that kind of stuff. But if you're into HTML5 development, you know that those APIs are available for HTML5 now as well, right? But then you also have the things like the purchases. It's so easy to make a purchase, with an app than it is with a mobile website. With a mobile website, you still have things like PayPal and stuff like that. But with an app, it's just a click of a button. You're already set up with your credit card details and all that stuff, either through the App Store or through Google Wallet. And that's just one of the things, it's those impulse buys that are much easier to do. And probably one of the biggest reasons to do an app instead of a website is the smaller market, right? Like every week I talk about, there's thousands of apps being created every day going into Google Play and into the App Store. But, there's, billions of websites. You're talking about an app store of millions compared to the World Wide Web of billions. And it's a lot. It's a lot smaller market. Getting ranked on Google is you all know how hard it is. I mean, you get spammed about getting on the front page of Google all the time. But it's a lot easier to get to rank well on the smaller app market. And if you can get your clients to actually download your app, then that's really good real estate, because every time they go through and they're looking at their apps, yours comes up. Now, if they don't use your app, and if it doesn't serve them if it doesn't give them any value, then of course, that's going to be the first thing to go. If I have a hairdresser app because I downloaded it because whatever reason I get a free perm, I guess, I don't know what you get, then the next time I'm looking at my apps trying to free up some space on my phone, that's the first thing to go. But there's something about apps at the moment where they're really, really sexy. I mean, they've been out for ages now. We're going to get to, what have they been around? 8 years now? The app market's 7, 8 years. But people still get excited about them. They get more excited about apps than they do about websites or mobile websites. So, but there's so many things you could do with a mobile website. And that technology is growing all the time. But that's usually what I tell clients. It'd be interesting to see what you think. I mean, it's obviously we're into the app market. If you're doing a game, you want an app. If you're doing something like all of our apps are genuine apps. But sometimes we'll do something for a client which could, like I'll even tell them, do you think this should be a website instead? But because their hearts are set on having an app, they'll say, no, I think it should be an app. And then they'll tell me this apps are the future and all this kind of stuff, which should be my spiel. But Anyway, so anyway, this week I just want to talk a little bit about, about that, the apps versus the website, and apps versus mobile websites. And I think eventually we'll get to the point where mobile websites will be, just as ubiquitous as mobile apps. So anyway, that's it for this week. I hope it's been helpful, kind of all over the place. Sorry I'm late, and I'll talk to you next week.